special when the boys were veterans.
I need my hands. I just want to ain't no defense. I get it in.
Let's go. Street pro, bottom line. Flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and O. Sports professor, you know. Street professor back again, it's game time. A la playa, no playtime, it's play guy. Cause we ain't talking about practice like AI. Sports professors spit the best takes out like AI. Artfully intelligent, I can't write mine. Rhyme citing with girls' DMs like Messi after the goal time. That was a triple entendre, did you catch me rambling? Flipping Simone Biles, we the bottom line champions.
I need my hands. I just want to ain't no defense. I get it in.
Let's go. Street pro, bottom line. Flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and O. Sports professor, you know. Yo, Street Professor, I'm back, baby, like I never left. Bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and O. Street!
Stop. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Do me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. I'm a warrior, I go back to back, then go back to back. If I top the top, then a double back, and I'm topping that. Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money fetish.
What up?
Never dull this electric. When and put the rigs on my toes.
Hey, welcome everybody on the show. I see about 10 people out there. Like, share, subscribe. We're ready. Episode 122. Let's go.
Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Go hard.
Let's go. Trying to get this all set up. Bringing my boys here in a minute. That's Georgia Bulldogs. Somebody likes them. No 3-peat though. No 3-peat. Who cares about the Longhorns? Oh yeah, Jake does. All right. Let's go. That's my boy Canteen. There's Omar. Hot take Jake.
Hot take. Go.
What's up?
Go hard.
Let's
go home.
What up? Welcome to episode 122. Appreciate everybody watching. Like, share, subscribe. Somewhere they can find us, Omar. Do you know where they can find us?
At the Bottom Line Sports. That's THEBOTTOMLINESPORTS. The Bottom Line.
Let's go. All right, episode 122. Here we are. Ready to get rolling, rocking and rolling. Woo! Let's go. Do a backflip is a mad rip. Go hard or go home. Let's go. All right, here we go.
Mama 100 racks.
A director. Is that what Omar thought he was saying? Oh, man.
Hey,
What up,
Canteen, check the
everybody?
chat. I just posted something. If you can post it in the group, in the main group, please. Let them know we're live. Thank you, sir.
All right, I gotta.
All right.
Oh, I forgot all about Instagram. Anyway, I gotta share this real quick to the Facebook group, just because
Oh, upside
for
down.
some reason Facebook did not like the groups. So anyway, boo Facebook. Come on, Facebook, fix that.
Boo, Facebook. Come on.
Come on, Facebook. Yeah, we used to go straight to our straight to our group, our The Bottom Line Sports group. But now we can't do it. We gotta
we
go
good, bro.
a workaround. We gotta work around. All right, so here we go. Talking a little sports with my boys here. Let's do this. So hey,
Let's
Omar,
go.
why don't we start with you? I gotta share this real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Let's start with your NHL playoff update. We'll pause for any questions from the co-hosts, and then we'll go straight to MLB. Go ahead, take it away, the sports professor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, the NHL playoffs are into the conference finals, and man, we had a barn burner last night. Game 7, Edmonton versus Vancouver. Edmonton scored 3 second period goals, but then Vancouver came back. They were at home to score 2 in the third. In 5 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes of the game, they pulled their goalie. They did not shoot enough in the last 5 minutes, to be completely honest. This was something that PK Subban and other analysts harped on. They pulled their goalie, didn't shoot enough, weren't able to get enough chances, didn't score a goal. Edmonton moves on to face the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference. Finally, Connor McDavid, the star of the league, who they call McJesus, colloquially. He is their superstar. Everything depends on him. They haven't gotten this far before, but if they're going to win, it depends on him. He could be the one to power them past, obviously, with his partner Leon Draisaitl, past the Dallas Stars, but the Dallas Stars are a really, really great team. I personally am going to say, since I've been riding with Edmonton this far, I'm going to say that Edmonton takes it in a 7-game series, but I could easily see Dallas taking it. Florida versus New York in the East. New York took it from the Canes like we thought they would, and Florida pulled it out over Boston in 6 as well. So now you have Florida, who has been, along with Dallas, the 2 best teams in the league, going up against the New York Rangers, a fan favorite team. But Florida's been looking for that championship. It's been elusive the past few years, and they're really hoping they get it down there. I'm going to go with Florida finally getting over the hump and beating the Rangers in the Eastern
Let's
Conference.
go. All right. Before we let Ken go, I know he's got some pertinent questions. Jake, you got anything for NHL playoffs? For
all
the
I have
sports
to say is I
professor?
called this from the get-go. The Rangers are going all the way. My question to you is who are the Rangers facing? Are they facing the Stars or are they facing the Oilers? That's the big thing. Who do you think, Omar?
Yeah. In my eyes, Jake, that's a great question. I've seen Edmonton struggle the past few years. They've gotten deep into the second round, but haven't been able to get over that hump past the conference finals into the Stanley Cup finals. I think that with the star power they have between McDavid and Draisaitl, I believe that they should get by. Stuart Skinner is a good goalie as well. But Dallas, man, they're an all-around good team. They're an all-around great team, I should say. And I think sometimes the team in hockey, not sometimes, most of the time in hockey, the team is better than the individual stars. So it's probably bad for you because I don't think you're a Dallas Stars fan. But I think Dallas is actually going to go play the Rangers. But I personally am choosing Edmonton because I want to finally see them get over the hump.
You believe what my friends believe. The Oilers are very top-heavy. They're really more weaker on the back end. Would you agree with that?
Yes. That is very true. Yeah, their roster is deep because they have 2 of the best stars in the league. And it's just like in any other sport, right? When you have 2 players that are... And in hockey, it's not the same because salary caps aren't as much. They don't spend as much money. But you still have to allocate more to stars. So.
I got you. I'm ready, man.
Okay.
Stanley Cup is
All right.
in the corner.
Anything for Hockey's Canteen? I know.
Why you do that? Why you do that? You know,
I'm
you
giving you
Why he can't have a...
I'm giving you the opportunity.
No, you always
saying.
you try to down people out, man. You know I don't watch no flow high.
Right.
All right, all right,
Tell him.
all right.
Tell him, KT. Tell him.
Man. Okay, Ken. All right. Go ahead. Give us the MLB hot topics in the Major League Baseball. Sports professor.
Yes, sir. So this week, it was a steady week for all the teams, but looking at our top of our power rankings, we still have the Dodgers on top. They have a 33-17 record. Right behind them, we got I hate to say this, but we got Hot Takes Jake's New York Yankees at 33-16, right behind the Dodgers for the best record in the league. And the good news is that not only may they see Garrett Cole back after Tommy John surgery, but also was forgotten, but they had a star prospect last year by the name of Jason Dominguez, who underwent Tommy John surgery. He's a position player though, so it's not as long of an out for them. He is on his way back. Once you start pairing that with Soto, who looks like the league's AL MVP right now, the Yankees, I hate to say it, but they're looking very tough to beat. Jake's other team in the NL, Philadelphia Phillies, have been on a roll. They are, I believe, 16-4 or something in their last 20. 34-14. Bryce Harper and the rest of the crew there. They've got a pitching staff with Wheeler and Nola, and just the whole crew is excellent over there in Philly. I hate saying that too, because all the top teams are in my division with Can's Braves as well. There with the Orioles, both at 27-17 records. The Orioles are on the come up. The Braves, as we've talked about all year long, have dealt with injuries, so now they're going to have to fight through that the rest of the year.
I think we're on a collision course to see Philadelphia versus New York, and boy, am I ready to see it! I cannot wait. You watch.
Now, Omar, what do you project for the American League, as far as who's the top teams from the American League and from the National League? Like, who's your top 4 teams right now? Top 4.
Top 4 teams. Great question. I'm actually going to switch it up on you. So I will go against everything in my right mind, and in what I was taught and raised as a Mets fan. And I'm going to say that the Yankees are number 1 in the AL. I hate saying that from my heart, but I will.
Oh my God!
And although
this year.
I mean, by record right now,
I get it. I know.
And if all the players are starting to play well, Soto's on MVP pace. You've got Judge who's starting to pick it up, even though he started slow. Stanton's starting to pick it up. Garrett Cole is on his way back, hasn't even pitched yet. And then if you bring back Dominguez too, that's kind of overpowering. The Guardians, we knew the Yankees weren't going to stay down for long. They never do. I hate saying that. The Guardians will be my other pick. I know I'm always hyping up the Orioles, and they deserve to be so, and they will be at the end of the year. But I saw the 3-game series the Mets have been playing against the Guardians this week, and the Guardians are just they're like the Dallas Stars. They're an all-around, well-formed, good team. So I got them at number 2. And then in the NL, Dodgers obviously have to be your number 1. The Braves fell off a little bit there. They got swept by the Dodgers. So I have the Dodgers and Phillies 1-2 in my NL.
Wow. Dodgers and Phillies. So tell me this, Omar. I haven't researched too much. I know that Ohtani's not pitching. Is there any chance he pitches sometime this season, or by the playoffs?
There'd be no reason.
Season out.
There'd be no reason he does that.
As a relief, it's just something.
I'm with Jake. If you're going to be stupid enough to risk your $700 million investment to try to get him to pitch, he's doing so good now. He's performing at a level right now as a batter that he's never performed that before in his whole career. And if you're going to try to bring and institute back a pitching regimen and into the end of the season when you're trying to win in the playoffs, nah, man, don't mess with what you got going on. That's good. Let him just play batter. I wouldn't, but I guess if you get deep in the World Series and it's like Game 6 or Game 7, and you really need them, and you want the boost for the movie that they're going to put out on Disney 10 years from now, then yeah, I guess you put them out there in this team, but I would. I respect money too. I know that we need that money, and there's a lot of money to pay him to have him go to another Tommy John. He's already taken 2. one more, and that could be Dunzo for his career. So you got to be very careful.
So you think he's done with pitching for his whole career, or just this season?
Oh, no. He will be pitching again next season. He wants to.
Okay.
But there's no way you're going to run him back out that soon.
Right.
When he's performing A, so well as a hitter, B, you don't need him as a pitcher. B, you have $700 million still that you haven't paid him yet. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else for the sports professor on Major League Baseball?
Hold on. Let me ask Omar really fast on that.
Okay,
Show
go ahead.
That real quick question for him. Do you believe he should go back to pitching like he used to when he does finally get fully recovered next year? Because I don't. I think he should be more of a closing pitcher from here on out. They shouldn't use him the way he was being used before. Do you agree with that, or what do you think on that part?
That is an excellent question. Very often by the media.
Questions.
Damn right.
Love it. I think that's an amazing question because most people aren't looking at that. Most people are thinking, "Oh, he's just going to come back and automatically be a starter." Which, yes, you could do. You could do this one of two ways. Well, you could do it one of three ways, I guess. But you could do it your standard 5-man, right? Or bring him back and you could run a 6-man. The reason I say that is because in Japan they run 6-man rotations, so every pitcher pitches once a week. They will now have 2 Japanese pitchers next year on their starting staff. So technically, they could run out a 6-man staff with Walker Buehler coming back, and maybe even Kershaw if he's healthy. Okay. So you could do a 6 with all those old pitchers. That would be awesome. Or you could turn him into a mid-inning reliever who DHs all game and then comes into when needed. I can see that as well. That's a great question, Jake. I think he wants to become a starter again, but I can see the team maybe inching him over that way into the.
Okay. I just think of the money that you're bringing up, and I hate to see him get hurt again. Being that, and he hurt himself being a pitcher in the first place. So
but I don't know necessarily that it was the innings he was pitching because it was not like he was going deep. I don't think that it was how hard he throws.
It was just one of those fluke accidents.
Omar, I don't want to see a Bo Jackson re-situation is what I'm worried on. Yeah. We saw what happened. Bo Jackson's one of the greatest athletes of all time, and it hurt our hearts seeing him do what he did for a short span when he could have been there for so long. So much more if he would have stuck to one position one sport, honestly.
Man, we would have more than 3 Super Bowls for the Raiders.
I'm just calling spade.
For sure. I think Bo Jackson was more of a freak accident. He's just. You
made a good point with that body. He was a decent athlete. He cannot compare to prime Deion Sanders. He can't compare to him.
I mean Bo Jackson is comparable. I think he's very comparable. I just think Bo got injured in a way that was.
I would say they are the 2 most comparable. Anything.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I mean Bo was. I mean, he was before Deion. I mean, Deion wasn't Deion until Bo was there. So I'm just saying, Bo just got hurt. It was just a freak accident, basically. He planted at the wrong time at the wrong place, and he was never the same. He just messed up his hip. It's just something you can't predict. It's one of those freak accidents. But all right, let's go. Appreciate you guys, everybody watching. Let us know what you think. Any baseball questions, we'll bring them back up if you got something for the sports professor.
Bottom line.
At the Bottom Line Sports. All right, Ken, I know you had some college stuff. Did you? Something you wanted to bring up for the group?
No, man, we just talking about a lot of the colleges are going through the spring training, the spring ball, man. What I'm anxious to know is Kalen DeBoer really going to be the answer for the Alabama Crimson Tide? That was my big question. I know he's a big question. I know people have been talking about Dabo Swinney. Dabo Swinney's been talking about the portal. Deion Sanders, they trying to pull themselves together out there in Boulder. So it's a lot of different things on the table with the transfer portal. A lot of guys moving around. A lot of things are shaking and moving, man. I mean, how is this college football season really going to be played out? That's the question.
Well, that's a big question, Canteen. I mean,
big question.
Get more specific. What do you want to know?
So what I'm saying is, as I said earlier, Kalen DeBoer, is he the answer at Alabama? Is he the answer at Alabama? Dabo Swinney said this right here, Flo. These guys jump in the portal. They jump in the portal because they want to jump in and out of the portal. Right. And then Prime said they've sold out all their season tickets. He said it's going to be a spectacular football season for those guys. In Boulder.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this. I'll say that Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, from Washington.
He comes into a great situation. So I think the pressure is definitely on him. I think he can sustain one season with what Nick has built there. But the pressure is really is if he doesn't make it to at least close to the championship, at least
this year,
into the playoffs.
12 teams this year, right? 12 teams.
If he doesn't make it into the playoffs, I think it would be a huge disappointment for the new Alabama coach. But I think he can at least get you there. Playoffs. Just trying to win a game. Man, somebody's on you, Canteen.
I can't see the comments, man. Oh man,
you don't want to see him. Don't worry about it. He said something.
Anyway, yeah. So, what do you guys think? Any thoughts on the upcoming season? I know Jake just loves the Longhorns. He doesn't really bring any real analysis. But anything, Omar?
What are you talking about? By the way, Colorado's going to walk into the Big 12 and own the damn Big 12 that fast. It's going to be embarrassing.
How do you figure? He didn't own the Pac-12. He didn't own the Pac-12.
The Pac-12 had better teams.
Better teams? Come on.
Jake, you said the Colorado Buffaloes will own the Big 12.
Yes, they're going to own it this year. No doubt in my mind.
Deion Sanders in Covenant.
I think Shedeur Sanders is going to show why he's the best quarterback in the past decade. He's
HTJJ. HTJJ for your Buffaloes, Canteen.
I would not be surprised if we see them in the national championship this year. I know.
Oh no! He just hot. He just the Buffaloes, man.
Hold on. Name somebody in the Big 12 that will actually challenge him. Please don't say Texas Tech.
Not the curse.
And don't say TCU either. Those guys suck.
Why not? What are you talking about?
We already smacked them, but you telling me that Colorado will be in the national championship, Jake? You saying that right here on this side?
That's not happening.
I'm saying that there's going to be a fight for it. I have to see what they do, but at the same time, I know the Big 12 is the easiest conference you're in now, by far. That's the easy.
Come on.
Oklahoma left. Texas left. Man, they
haven't been nothing anyway. When's the last time?
It is an easier conference. Yes.
That's the easiest.
OSU is trash.
Not the easiest.
TCU is trash. Texas Tech has been trash for close to 40 years. We understand,
man. What are you talking about? We beat y'all in 2008. We are a number one team.
He's bringing up 15
knocked y'all out. I'm just saying. You said 40 years. You went 40 years.
You did one. You
want to go 40 years?
Congrats.
What are you talking about, man?
I'm just telling you the facts. You have to understand this.
You're just being a hater. That's all you are.
No. Because
go over there and underperform over there in the SEC, like the Longhorns have underperformed in the Big 12. Go over there and underperform. Worry about the Longhorns.
I'm too home biased about it, so I'll give you the facts on the factual
evidence
of what we know about Big 12
underperforming in the SEC.
That's fine. We'll see what happens. I know this. Quinn Ewers.
Where are you going to finish SEC, Jake? You going to finish the top two? You finish top one? Where are you going to finish? Tell me where you're going to finish.
Florida, South Carolina, Alabama.
Where are you going to finish?
LSU.
Where are you going to finish?
I think we take the whole thing. I think we win the AFC.
The Longhorns win the SEC? Oh my!
Absolutely.
Wow.
The Bulldogs.
All right. So you've jinxed Colorado. You've jinxed the Longhorns.
Okay.
Omar, can you bring some kind of cerebral
volume
to here to bring some kind of?
I can't wait to make him
validity, man. What are you talking?
Bring some validation.
Mind you, Omar, at the beginning of the year, this man actually had the nerve to think that Texas Tech was going to be ranked. Oh, they're going to be ranked. Remember that bull?
Our quarterback got hurt. Anybody's quarterback gets hurt. That's not good. You think Shedeur Sanders gets hurt? You think if Shedeur Sanders gets hurt, Colorado's still going to win?
They ain't gonna do nothing. They're not
Come
gonna do
on.
nothing. They won't do
Exactly.
nothing. Colorado ain't doing nothing.
Don't tell me that.
Y'all have had one outlier, and Patrick Mahomes is decent. Y'all have had one outlier in the past 70
Get outta
years
here.
of one good
Get out
quarterback.
of here.
Go
Kingsbury
ahead,
was
Omar.
good.
This guy sounding like an idiot.
Go ahead, Omar. You sound like an idiot, but
Yeah,
I let you
Let me see.
step on your own feet.
Go ahead. You good?
Go
Let me see
ahead,
if I can
go
help out a little bit here. Colorado
Bring
is
some
moving
levity.
into the Big 12, where obviously Texas and Oklahoma are moving out. Got it. Cool. Right? Yes, Texas was a highly ranked team last year. They almost went to the playoffs, right? We were talking about them at the end of the year as one of those final teams. So then Oklahoma, those are big losses for Big 12. Yes.
Who's he talking
Colorado.
about? Are you talking about the Longhorns?
I was talking about the Longhorns. Yes.
Can you quit interrupting, Jake?
Hold
You
on.
already had
They
your piece.
Omar just said that they almost made the play. They were in the playoffs. Omar, remember? They were one game away from winning the national championship.
They did. You're right. I apologize. You're right.
I want
You're
to add
You're
that
right.
in.
You're right.
Go ahead. Keep going.
They're right.
They're not going to do that next year. They do that every 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
Omar's
They
mic
have a
is
good
muted.
season,
He's
and then they
talking.
go back.
Omar, your mic is
Omar,
muted.
your mic is muted. It's the mute master.
Mute mouse.
Don't even get excited about y'all going to the SEC, because y'all are going to be a bottom tier team in the SEC, in the bottom half of the SEC. So get used to that. Second of all, it's going to be up to Quinn Ewers and Shedeur Sanders as to how well both of those teams perform this year. Quinn Ewers is a Heisman candidate, and a lot is expected of him. If he flails out, first of all, little Manning is going to be on the horn, ready to take his spot at any point in time, and that would mean the Longhorns season has crumbled in the SEC. As for Colorado, they go as Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter take them. To be completely honest, this is the second year in a row that Deion Sanders has seen a complete overhaul of his team through the transfer portal, and I don't believe that that's sustainable, and I don't believe you can put together good teams that are to compete year in and year out if you have and then you don't have any continuity because you're not bringing players back, anything like this. So yeah, his quarterback, his son, is special. Yeah, his top cornerback, defensive player is going to be a top highly rated drafted player in the NFL. But it's not going to help any. Colorado is also going to be in the bottom half of their league, and they will be in the bottom half of the Big 12. You still have Oklahoma State. You still have Kansas State. You still have Kansas. You still have a bunch of other good teams. TCU. No, those are all the ranked teams from last season. Those were all the ranked. No, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, and Kansas were all ranked last year in the top 25 when the season ended. Right? Iowa State was almost ranked and almost made it to the playoffs if they didn't have that two game skid at the end. Right? So let's call it, like you say, a spade. Colorado is going to be right down there with TCU and UCF and Texas.
Let me respond to this real quick. Omar, I think we are watching a transition in basketball. I mean, in football, the way basketball of college happened recently as well. Let me tell you why. Remember, Omar, there used to be back in the day whenever you had teams build themselves up for 3 to 4 years in basketball, college basketball, and you had a great team. Now you are the one and done, and you buy your players as fast. I believe college football is transitioning to that as we speak. I think it is a magnificent move that Deion Sanders is doing. I think he's ahead of schedule. He is the next Nick Saban. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling it right now. He is the next Nick Saban. He is seeing what's going on, and he would rather buy his players and have them for a year and have the best roster for that year, and then buy them all over again the next year.
It's a lot harder.
Especially
I think it's a lot harder, Jake, to have the one and dones in college football.
I didn't say it wasn't hard.
Of course you can't do that.
It is hard. You can't do one and dones like you can in basketball.
You can't build a team like that.
You can't build a team, a good quality team in college football.
This is what I mean.
We always do, Jake. That's why we laugh all the time. Because we remember your words.
Jump on the boat before you start drowning, because we're going to come back to this.
We remember your words.
I will agree with one thing that Jake said. This is where everything is headed. That being said, it does not make it sustainable to build teams off of one and done. So what we may see is the opposite. No, what we may see is the opposite of what you're saying. We may see coaches going back the route of what Dabo Swinney is doing and not taking any transfer portal
Been
players.
irrelevant.
And then
Been irrelevant for how long now?
Yeah.
Was that going on 4 years?
It has been. You're right.
Long
It
as
has-
Texas has been irrelevant for a decade or more, 15 years.
Oh!
We were only good the last couple years. That's
Man,
it.
Jones
What's the
said
record?
Jones
Look
was
at
that.
it. Look back at it. Everybody Google it. Everybody Google it.
All I'm
And
saying, Flo,
before the
is in
last
his
couple years,
first-
where were they for over a
in Deion's
decade?
first
Nowhere.
college season as a head coach of a real college football team like Colorado. He was
Hey, so
able
where
to
are they
steal
going?
players.
Canteen, do you know
And
where the
he
new
keeps
teams are
stealing
going?
players. It's only
Where
going
are
to
they
go
going?
from there, Flo.
We don't
Who's
care.
winning that,
We don't
Blue?
care. Where are they going? Texas and Oklahoma? What division? Do you know what division they're going into?
They're on the West. They're on the West, man.
They're both in the West?
They're on the
Are they
same
moving
side
some
with
people?
Alabama and all them other guys, man.
They're in the
Alabama,
So what are they?
Ole
Who are they moving up though? Because that would be uneven. They have to move two teams. How are they moving them? You know how they've been
I'm
realigned?
about to pull up now.
Okay, because it all depends where they go too. That's part of it. Are you gonna be on Georgia's side or are you gonna be on Alabama's side? So, all right. Any other things on college football? Not Jake. Anybody else? Anybody but Jake?
Good, man.
Way too early.
Yeah, it's way too early. We just like talking. We like talking football. You know how that goes. All right. So we don't think we're not getting any special guests, are we, Omar?
Not today, but thank you for the reminder, Flo, because
Okay.
even though we are going to talk some boxing here
Right.
today, I want to let everybody know, please, tomorrow, join your boy, the Professor, as I will be hosting episode number 4 of Banter, Brawls, and Bravado. And boy, oh boy, you are not going to want to miss this one. I am telling you, tomorrow I am bringing in NBA insider Mel from Man Down Sports. He has a huge audience. Everyone loves him. Come check him out and his NBA opinion and all the sources he has. Also, Clubber D the Combat G will be joining us to review Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury, which we'll be talking about here today. And then finally, also from IOW Sports, Detroit Mel and Wildcard Mar will be joining us and the rest of the group as all 5 of us have a panel debate on the new Diddy video that came out with his video with Cassie. And we're also going to talk about Kendrick versus Drake, finish that conversation out, and talk about all-time hip-hop beefs. We will also get Wildcard Mar's opinion on the Rashi Rice situation. So you are not going to want to miss any of that tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, at Ball and Buds, at The Bottom Line Sports, or wherever else you get your content from us.
All right.
I better hear some unbiased opinions on that Drake versus Kendrick beef.
All right. All right. So let's talk a little Usyk and Fury. Apparently, from what I've been able to get from highlights and just different people talking, it was a pretty close fight. The 9th round, of course, Fury got rocked, and he had a 10-8 round there. That seems to have been different. That seems to have been the difference in the fight, especially with one judge. I mean, one judge gave it to Fury, and then the other one had it a 1-point match, and then the other one, of course, was strong for Usyk. So, you want to go last, Omar? You want the other guys to go?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let them go.
Okay.
Everybody else go.
Go ahead, Cam. Any thoughts on this fight? It was a close fight, and the 9th round seemed to decide the fight.
Whoa.
What?
A win is a win. Whoever won, fight, man. You know that's not my forte, Flo. But Fury, whoever won is cool, bro.
This is the bottom line sports.
Oh.
So we're talking sports. So.
I love.
All right.
Flo, I'm gonna open my mind to golf and tennis and you see whatever you ever see, all that. I'm gonna start doing that, bro. I promise.
Okay. All right. Congratulations,
So
Canteen. He's gonna start doing it. Canteen will be the next sports professor. All right, Jake. What do you think? As
No. I'm not a professor. I am a sports student.
You
Omar
can
is
be
a professor, and I'm the student. Omar teaches, and I learn, and I grasp the concept.
You can be the sports Padawan. The sports
There you go,
Padawan.
bro.
I like that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What do you think, Jake? This seems to be a close fight, like I was telling Can, and it seems like It was that ninth round where Fury got kind of knocked down, got basically a 10-8 round. That
what I don't understand is how did nobody not see this coming? Who did he fight recently? It was last year. Was it Francis? Oh, what's his last name?
Ngannou.
Ngannou.
There you
Ngannou.
go. Didn't he look like he was supposed to lose that fight?
I mean, he looked rough.
Sure, but he took that fight very and he took it
Very
unseriously.
lightly.
He did not take the
I
fight.
don't
He didn't
think Tyson
train
Fury has
for
the heart in him anymore. He's not looking like he wants to
that
win.
could be true.
I'll be honest with you.
That could be true.
I don't know. He lost a lot of weight. You can't lose all that weight
lost to Francis,
and not take something serious.
And he did not look like he was the same Tyson Fury that I've seen in previous fights before. This was not the same Tyson. This reminded me of Mike Tyson.
I mean, he was knocking him around those first few rounds. It wasn't like Usyk just dominated.
You right now, the way Tyson Fury fights is he's a very cerebral puncher, and I didn't see one time where I said, man, he's really looking like he's going to knock this guy out, or in any way, is this going to hurt this man? This man was playing with him the whole game.
Okay. I don't know about that. I feel like he caught him a few times. I don't think he was as sharp as he's been in the past.
Name one time that Usyk got rocked at all.
Okay.
Name one time. Fury,
I think he got rocked once or twice. I don't think he was in trouble.
You watched a different fight than I did.
I guess so, because I mean I think he won the first 5 or 6 rounds before really Usyk got going. What do you think, Omar? Was this kind of a close fight except for that 9th round?
So it was a close fight before the 9th round, a very close fight before the 9th round. I don't know what fight Jake was watching, honestly. I'm thinking maybe he just caught the highlights or something.
It was his friends told him about it. His friends
for the first
Frito-Lay.
first. Oh, go ahead. What'd you say?
I said his friends from Frito-Lay told him what happened.
Look,
I watched the whole fight at my brother-in-law's house.
Okay.
Look, the fight
must have been drunk, like he says you are.
The fight was great.
I'm sorry.
Went back and forth, but if you look at it, 2 of the scorecards from rounds 4 to round 7 gave them all to Fury. It was the one judge that had it 115-112 Usyk that had a couple of those rounds for Usyk. When I saw the first few rounds early, it didn't look like Tyson Fury was using his movement, using his agility, doing his counter punching technique that he likes to do from the corner, ducking Usyk's, being the showman, right? All of that great stuff that Tyson Fury does. He did that for the first few rounds, and they went back and forth. And then in the middle, Tyson Fury did take control of the fight. But when that 9th, and again, stick in tomorrow for Banter Brawls and Bravado about Ball and Buds. Come check out what Clubber D has to say, because he knows a lot more about all the sweet science of boxing than any of us do. But, I watched the whole fight, and it was very tight going into the 9th round. And in the 9th round, wow. I mean, I've never seen someone battered in a ring like that without it being called a knockdown before it was. And what do I mean by that? I mean that, man, to me, it seemed like the ref saved him. I know that others may disagree, but I mean,
was there standing 8 counts in the fight? Was that part of the rules?
Well, it shouldn't matter. Let me tell you why. In this situation, Usyk landed by my count, and on the internet they said 14. I went back and rewatched it a bunch of times. I counted 12 flush shots in about 30 to 45 seconds of Usyk landing left hooks and left jabs.
Answer that phone, Canteen.
Or at least go on mute.
We're
turning the ringer off. Here it's vibrating. Anyways, he had Fury punch drunk. Fury was going from one side of the ring to the other. Even the promoter Turkey Ala Sheikh said that it should have been called off. I don't know if it would be that far, but I definitely would have called it a knockdown beforehand. The ref was letting them fumble all over the place. Either way, stayed Fury, or Fury got saved by the bell technically, because the ref didn't call it.
It was right at the end of the round. Yeah, it was right.
Fury, like the Undertaker, came back to keep fighting, but at that point, Usyk had already took over, and I think that Usyk closed it out, winning the last 3 rounds. I personally would go towards more of the 114, 113 for Usyk. maybe 115, 112, but I'm definitely not giving the 114, 113 for Fury. After that round 9, which should have been a 10-8 round on all cards, which I believe it was.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you don't recover from it. So the really bad part about this is, and the upsetting part, and again, tune in for Clubber D's analysis on this tomorrow night, but the IBF is stripping Usyk of his mandatory title, so Philip Hervigic can fight. I forget who the other guy is for the mandatory IBF title. So while they'll have the lineal heavyweight championship for 2 weeks, after 2 weeks, Usyk will only have 3 of the 4 belts. So when they go back to fight the rematch in the fall, which has already been confirmed by both parties, that the rematch will happen. When that does happen, it will only be for 3 of the 4 belts. Now, that does set up what is going to be, a crucial fight in the future, and that's when, after this rematch happens, the winner fights Anthony Joshua, which is obviously going to be another huge fight over there in what is probably going to be Saudi Arabia. Right.
Okay. All right. Any final thoughts on this fight? I was just going to bring up a couple more fights, but yeah, go watch. Is it tomorrow, Omar?
Tomorrow, 8 Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on Ball and Buds.
Watch out for Clubber D.
I can't wait to hear what Clubber D says, and whenever he agrees.
I know he said it was a good fight. He said it was a good fight, so I think he thinks it was close. Kind of what I was saying. The 9th round was kind of overwhelmingly for Usyk, but it was a close fight.
Lost that. He would have hurt him.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, so the next big fight, really, I mean, especially in the heavyweights, is Deontay Wilder versus the Pride of China, Zhang. Both of these guys, especially Wilder, was dominated by Joseph Parker in December, and Zhang also fell to Joseph Parker, but he did beat Joe Joyce, a pretty good boxer. What do you think about this fight? I'm interested in what you think, Omar. You're more in the fight game than most of us, except for Clubber D, of course. But it seems like Deontay Wilder kind of hinted at this kind of being his last fight, a possibility. Why would this be his last fight? It seems like kind of a not going out on a high. Why fight it if this is your last fight? Why make this your last fight? I don't know. He hinted at that at some interviews. What do you think about this fight, first of all, and then could this be Wilder's last fight?
Yeah, so Deontay Wilder will be fighting Zhili Zhang on the undercard of Dmitry Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev, which is going to be an awesome fight, Bivol and Beterbiev, so be tuned in for that at the very least. But that co-main event will be good as well. 2 heavy hitters. Saudi Arabia, June 1st is when this is happening. You already mentioned what happened in the last year. This is going to be an awesome card all around. It's going to be 5-on-5 Queensberry versus Matchroom. Right. And so it's going to be a stellar event. But what Wilder is treating all these fights nowadays as if it's all or nothing. His last fight was a massive disappointment. He lost to a fighter he shouldn't have lost to. He looked slow. He looked unmotivated. And even after the loss, it just seemed like it really didn't bother him at all. So it seemed like maybe he had even lost the love of the sport at that point, where he was even hinting after the last fight, we'll see what happens. So, he's saying now in this interview, come the night of the fight, we'll see if it's going to be my last dance. He said, I'm looking forward to the fight, but I've been through a lot and had to regroup. Right. And I think he's looking at his last fight, which had to be embarrassing for him. And thinking if he can't win this fight, then he doesn't have a chance getting back against the Anthony Joshua's and the Usyks of the world. So he really needs this fight.
So you think this is like a barometer for him? If he doesn't win this one, this very well could be his last fight. If he has a good performance or knocks out Zhang, you think he's going to keep going, and it'll be one of those.
If he can knock out Zhang, I would keep going. Yeah, because Zhang, is a heavy hitter. He knocked out Joe.
Right, he's a good boxer. No, he's a good fighter. He's had some good fights. All right, any thoughts on this one? I'll go to Jake because I know Canteen isn't a big.
All I'll say is he better win this one because I want Fury 3. That's what I want.
Oh, really?
That's what I want. I'll be honest.
In there,
and you know what?
That would be 4, wouldn't it?
Fury 4.
It would be number. It would be number 4. And Jake, and Jake is actually onto something right now, because if Usyk beats Fury in the rematch and then goes on to fight Joshua, then you could have a Fury versus Deontay Wilder 4 as the co-main event on that as the undercard for that main event.
Yep.
Right. Okay. But Wilder definitely would have to win this fight for
He
that.
has to win this one.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah,
has
yeah.
to show us that he's still worth it.
Right.
Yep.
All right. All right. Any other fights on the horizon you want to bring up? I know you brought up the Bittervolve and what's his name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Bivol and Better Biev on June 1st.
Yeah.
That's the next big one. You also got Gervonta Davis against Frank Martin, June 15th. But tune in tomorrow for Banter Brawls and Bravado. Check out what Clubber D has to say on the review of Usyk and Fury. Again, that's 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central at Ball and Buds on YouTube. Here, the Bottom Line Sports, and also you'll be able to hear all that other boxing stuff at our next Combat Sports.
Any chance? Have you heard any rumblings that we might get Canelo and Benavidez?
I would. That's
a possibility.
That's what all real boxing fans want
what I'm
to
saying.
See. To be honest, I know the Clubber D is quite disdained on that not happening at all.
Right.
Now, especially with the Turkey Al-Sheikh over in Saudi Arabia, he's putting together that card with Canelo versus Bud Crawford. Then it might be even longer before you see something like that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because that's the one that, I mean, of course, boxing fans want to see, and even nominal boxing fans want to see that fight. So, all right. Appreciate you, Omar. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Clubber D, the Combat G's analysis of these things that we've talked about, as well as other MMA and boxing analysis. All right, so let's get into this NBA. Woo! 2 Game 7s. I mean, been a great. Well, I would say great overall, but not really, because the Celtics haven't played anybody. But I mean, a great in the West. What some great games in the West. 2 Game 7s. One's in the East, one's in the West, of course. But Canteen, what do you want to talk about? Kind of what happened, and then we'll get into the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. But
hey man, so
in these games,
man. So when I look at the West Coast, man, the Nuggets, they crumble, man. There is no way, Flo. There's no way that you're up by 30 points and you crash and burn like that. Now I would say this right
about
here.
20. They're about 20.
I think Anthony Edwards is a great kid. I think he's good. I think Minnesota's good, but Dallas is gonna run for their money.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving and what's his name gonna run for their money.
Okay. So do you think this is the end of the Nuggets, or it's just kind of a hiccup in the road? They'll be back.
Man, I'm gonna say all this dynasty stuff is ending, Flo. It's over with.
What?
This dynasty stuff is over with, man.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Flo, it don't take a rocket science to figure that out.
Come on.
Everybody trying to build a dynasty, and dynasties are not winning no more, man. They're not.
I don't know. I mean, I think they can regroup and come back. I think they definitely. I know that can't make a lot of excuses, but we know that.
I said, Anthony Edwards is the next coming to Michael Jordan. He's a great kid. He plays ball well, shoot the ball, great defense. I mean, he's a
sure it's not Jimmy Butler.
Yes, that's what your boy said. That's what Chuck said. He would say come to Michael Jordan. That's what Chuck said, not me.
He said that about Jimmy Buckets, man. Come on.
I said that's what Jake said, not me.
Oh yeah, Jake said that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I think that a lot of it had to do. Jamal Murray was hurt, but he did have some scores. I think the supporting cast let him down. KCP, Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, those guys kind of let him down. They needed a little bit from those guys, and they didn't get it. But what do you think, Jake? Is this the end of the Nuggets, or they'll be back next year in the mix?
I think we saw, and this is what we have to understand, we are now, especially in the West, the East is the easiest way to build yourself a dynasty because it's a bunch of trash teams. The West is too heavy. And let me tell you why. You have to understand this. And please take that ball and board thing so the camera can see the greatness of Jake Montoya. Let me tell you something. I believe Jimmy Buckets in playoff mode is as great as Michael Jordan. But I think in Ant-Man we are watching a reminiscence. What is that word? A reminiscence of Kobe Bryant.
What are you trying to say?
The reminiscence.
We are
resurrection, resurgence. There's a lot of them in there.
Yeah, a resurgence of Kobe
remnants.
Bryant, guys.
I don't know what he was trying to say. It was something like that.
I have no
clue.
clue. Resurrection? What are you saying?
Listen to this, guys. Ant-Man's about to win his first NBA championship at the age of 23 years old. We've never seen this before. And I think right now, if anybody has a chance to be a dynasty in the West, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Because they're young still, and they have a chance to do the unthinkable. Sorry, Joker. I told you. You were trash. You should have lost the first round. Congratulations on sucking. Here's my whole point.
The Nuggets are done. They'll never be back.
They won't be back, and here's why. The Timberwolves match up with them very well. There was one, I think it was Colin.
Yeah, but they might not see them till the Western Conference Finals. And anything.
Well, I'm about to tell you something. Colin said this, and I never thought of it. The GM of the Nuggets is now the GM of the Timberwolves. So he spent that whole time building the Nuggets.
They also got the Nuggets
went
coach.
to Minnesota and built exactly what to beat that Nuggets team, and built that over there in Minnesota. I think more than ever, we're about to watch a pre-dynasty of watching what happens, because I think as long as the West State, now I'm telling you this, that you better win now because Wemby is coming. I'm warning you now. You better win now.
Don't jinx my Spurs, man.
And I told you this. The Spurs are automatically playoff.
We got the 4th and 8th pick, so that's good. I mean, this is a good draft.
And I think we get Bronny in the 4th pick, and I think in the
please don't get Bronny.
We have Chris Paul in the offseason, and we trade that 8th pick and get LeBron. This is what I honestly believe. Now, think about this stuff. We'll have a big.
You know what, Flo?
That's on for a different day. I'll tell you about that after the season once it ends. Minnesota's carrying that trophy. But let me say the facts and the
facts. Got a headache, Omar.
Omar's laughing. I don't know why Omar's laughing.
I don't know what else to do with him. I mean,
because he's seen me get a headache, I think.
As I was saying.
Oh, man, come on, Jay. You got to do better, man.
That was the championship what we just watched on Game 7.
I agree with that to a degree.
Congratulations, Timberwolves. You're going to have an easy slate. I think this game, this is a gentleman's sweep against the Mavs. So I think from here on out.
Man, why are you jinxing my people, man? Why are you jinxing my team?
I'm just being honest. This is facts.
I know you're being honest. That's the problem.
No.
Jay,
I'm just speaking facts. The Timberwolves have the best chance for a dynasty, but I don't think it long lives as much as it can because Wemby is coming.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Final point.
I hope Wemby's coming because that's my Spurs, but, I mean, I almost want to switch teams now,
I'm telling you right
Omar.
now, Flo, do not worry, bro. Do not worry.
Okay. All right, let's go.
This offseason.
I know we need to do something. Hey, so, Omar, so this is kind of the question, even though Jake went all different directions and then kind of the canteen went in different directions, but is this the end of the Nuggets, or they'll be back in the mix? It's just one of those bumps in the road for the champs.
Next season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, I mean, we cannot logically expect the Nuggets never to be good again. They're just too good of a team. As long as they keep this core together, they're going to be in the playoff hunt and in contention for the next foreseeable future, as long as they can at least keep Jokic and Murray together. That being said, Jake is right about one thing. The West is a gauntlet, and the West has a lot of good young teams like the Thunder and the Wolves that are on the come up, while the Lakers and other teams such as the Nuggets are on the go down. Right? I don't know what come up Lakers he's talking about, but when you're relying on LeBron James and Anthony Davis's old behinds, plus a Bronny James who ain't on the team, and now you want to add old ass Chris Paul to the mix, how much older do you want to get?
The Grizzlies will be back, I think. The Grizzlies could be back.
How much older do you want to get? I actually think it would be a great move for you to get Chris Paul. I would actually advocate for that move because I think it would help you all a lot, but at the same time, you're still old and you're still going to suck. And suck even more because you're beholden to LeBron. So y'all go ahead and hit that down slope. Watch Thunder and the Wolves go up.
Well, he thinks LeBron's coming to the Spurs, though. Omar, you didn't listen to what he said.
I think that's what's going to end up happening.
You think LeBron's coming to the Spurs? to play with Wemby.
Oh man, that's how much Jake's horrible opinion just turns me off every week. Is that I completely forgot?
He thinks we're gonna get a pick.
Hear that part.
Trade the number
You
8.
draft Bronny.
And get
Bronny.
and get LeBron over to the.
So you want?
Spurs.
Yeah. Oh wait.
You see why I had a headache now, right?
Yes.
That's why I was having a headache.
You want them to trade the number 8 pick to get an old LeBron James instead of picking a young, good player in the lottery. Is that what you're saying?
I think right now more than ever, you have the greatest young player of all time, and what you have to do now more than ever is build around him.
Wembyama?
Means LeBron.
Oh, you're talking about Wemby.
Wemby,
Okay,
the alien, the man, the myth, the legend, Wembyama.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to Wemby. He was the Wembanyama was voted the first rookie ever to the first team All NBA defense.
Hey, there you go. Shout out, man.
David Robinson didn't do it. Duncan didn't do it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't do it. None of those players did it. He's the first ever.
Wemby's the real thing, man. He's gonna be good. I mean, he just needs somebody. He needs some guys to run with him. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if
It's not gonna be LeBron and Bronny. And how much would you like that?
Over there,
how much would you like?
I might have to switch teams. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll think.
Anyway,
think
I'm kind of
about
like you and Tom Brady going to the Raiders. I might have to switch teams.
No. You watch. I think it's very possible.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about this game. Another great game, a great finish, especially the last 3 minutes of the Thunder and the Mavericks went back and forth. A couple of turnovers by Luka, and I can't remember who hit that 3-pointer or who hit those free throws at the end of the game to kind of seal the deal. PJ Washington, yes. And so, man, what an ending to this game. Even though it wasn't a Game 7, it felt like a Game 7. It felt like they were both fighting till the end. Thunder, a very young team. What do you think? Is this the beginning for the Thunder Canteen? Are they going to be able to come back? They were the number 1 seed. They got beat by a 5 seed, but a very good 5 seed.
So here's what I think about the Thunder, man. I think the Thunder can bounce back. They're young, a lot of energy. They're vibrant. They can come back. They can bounce back.
Okay.
But you can't. The thing about a young, vibrant team with a lot of energy, if you don't have experience, you cannot win. Experience.
They need some more veterans.
That's how you win. That's how you win, bro.
I think they're building themselves up.
Okay. What do you want, Jake? Go ahead, Jake.
Well, they remind me of the year. They remind me honestly of the year of whenever Dallas went past the young Thunder team with KD, Russ, and Harden.
Give me the alien sound. I was about to say the same thing. Me and Jake got the same damn.
That's what. Well, yeah, that's what happened, and that's honestly what I saw too. It's only experience that beat this team, and they're too young. But that's fine. And here's the point. I think no matter what, the Thunder have nothing. If anything, the next 2 to 3 years, it's going to be a head-on collision between the Thunder and Timberwolves for that top spot now. You go through growing pains as you're going through it.
Okay.
The second I'm telling you, though, is the fact of this is they have to understand that this is just a small blemish in what can be they've built a solid roster. You can't deny that.
Right.
Chet, Shea, these guys are nothing to play with. So all they need to do is just go through the growing pains. I honestly believe this Mavs team has overachieved. I think, like I had already said, this team is not doing anything next round.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the East a little bit. The Knicks. I think, man, I feel so bad for the Knicks, even though I'm not a Knicks fan. I really hate the Knicks. I really don't care about them.
But wait, did you get our predictions? Did you get our predictions on the games? Did you get our predictions on the games, on how many games in the winner for the series?
I thought the Knicks were going to win, but they didn't have enough players.
No. I meant for the Timberwolves and the Mavericks. Yeah,
I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I want to get the people.
My bad. I apologize. I'm sorry.
On the East now. Yeah. So the Knicks get knocked out. Brunson gets knocked out in the third quarter with a broken left hand, I believe. Man, they've just been banged up throughout the whole playoffs, especially the end of the season. I feel bad for them, but the Pacers took advantage and they beat them on the road in Madison Square Garden, a young Pacers team. And I was talking about this with Tony the Savant. Hey, Pacers got to take advantage with all these injuries. to the different teams and the way things have kind of fallen, the Pacers got to take advantage and make the Western Conference Finals, because they may not be able to do it again with the Bucks being banged up. You know, the Heat losing their star player, a lot of injuries in the East, and they had to take advantage, and they did. What do you think, Canteen, about these Knicks? Will they be back next year? Do they need to add another piece, or are they good? They just were injury riddled.
So I think they had a lot of injuries, man. Brunson went down at a bad time. I think they need to bring in another key player to really round and shape their organization, man. I think the Knicks were great. They were great, man. They did good. But when Brunson went down, they kind of tainted the whole team, tainted the organization's well-being, their morale, all of that, man. It's kind of like it's kind of like Flo. You're the co-host of you are the host of the show. And if you go down, it's like we sink. And it's hard. It's hard for an organization. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's hard for an organization when they got somebody that anchors everything and they sink. How are we gonna carry on?
Right. So right. So who do you where'd Jake go?
Oh no, man. All
right, somebody text him, see where he's at. So, what do they need to do? You can answer this, Ken, or you, Omar. What do the Knicks need to add? Do they need to add a piece? Do they need to trade away maybe Julius Randle and try and get another piece, another guy like a Robin for Brunson? Or obviously Dante played well. Anunoby played well. Hartenstein played well. I mean,
man, look, Flo. Drop Randall like a bad habit. Bring somebody else in.
Okay. Trade him and get. Okay, who would they bring in, Omar? I mean, would be a good compliment to Jalen Brunson that they could possibly. There could be a possibility in the off season to bring in. I mean, I know people are still playing now, but I mean, could there be a possible another star they could bring in to help out Brunson? He had to carry a lot of the scoring as a small guy, you know.
I feel bad for Julius Randle because everybody's pretty much kicked him off the Knicks now.
Right.
Does Jalen Brunson need a better player than Julius Randle? I don't necessarily. I don't want to say yes completely because Julius Randle can get things done, but if they were to keep Randle, they would have to get a third star kind of player or semi-star kind of player to be able to help. But yeah, their best way though, because they're not going to be able.
He came into his own a little bit.
He did, which could make Randle expendable because they're not going to be able to afford Hartenstein. He's a free agent who's going to demand a new contract and probably get paid a lot. So they're going to have to use that money either with Randle or if not Hartenstein, then they bring somebody in. Who that could be at this point that would go along well enough with a Jalen Brunson to get the Knicks over the top. I mean, the Knicks, they're a very gritty team. They got good players, good role players.
And a lot of people are blaming the coach that he works them too hard, that he's too hard on them. And everywhere he's gone, there's been a lot of injuries, it seems like, and some of them want to blame.
And everywhere he's gone, they win a lot of games. So get over it. If you want to win games, you play.
That's fair.
Who cares? Stop being babies about how much you play. And most of those players, if they were sitting on the bench, I guarantee you they'd be clamoring to play for 48 damn minutes. So they can shut that up. I mean, the funny part is, if I were the Knicks, I'd say go all out for what Jake was just saying and do the LeBron and Bronny special and hope that gets over the top.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. What happened?
Not.
Hey, text him and see what is he coming back?
He said his Wi-Fi. He's trying to get his Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. He's got your Wi-Fi now, Omar.
I know, right?
My Wi-Fi.
Still ain't sent me no big.
Hey, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about the East over here because this game is going on and it's tied up right now at halftime, 64-64. I'm going to call them the frisky Pacers playing the Celtics. No one really thinks, Canteen, everybody thinks this will either be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep.
It don't be no sweep. It's going 6 games. It's going 6 games, man.
Wow. So you think the Pacers can push them to 6 games? The Celtics, the mighty,
Gotta make it
mighty
interesting, bro. Gotta make it interesting, baby.
Okay. Are you just saying that because you want it to be interesting? Or are you saying
No, man. I'm saying it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be 6 games.
Oh, okay. That's fair. What do you think, Omar? Can these Pacers push your Celtics to 6 games?
Yeah, I'm not going to be disrespectful to the Pacers. I've been the one that's been on their bandwagon all year long. I've been hyping up Halliburton and Siakam. Y'all know that. So I'm not going to be the one that's going to push them off the bandwagon here and be disrespectful. While I think it's probably going to be a gentleman's sweep, I cannot push 6 games past the Pacers. I'm going to go ahead and go with Can and say 6, although I do think that the Celtics will probably get the gentleman's sweep, but I'm going to respect the Pacers a little bit more and say the Celtics in 6.
Yeah, so here we go. Perfect timing. I know that Jake is a big Celtics fan. But can these Pacers push the Celtics to 6 games, maybe even 7? What do you think about the Pacers and the Celtics?
I was very confident with them.
Get ready. Hold on. Get ready, Omar. You're going to be upset, but go ahead.
I was very confident with them last week when we were talking about it on Sunday.
Right.
But the fact that they let the Knicks do this really hurt my heart because the Knicks are not good at all. They were playing hard.
Well, they were a lot of injuries, yeah.
Exactly. The Pacers should have finished them out. Here's the thing. The Celtics should win this in 4 to 5 games. They're going 7 games no matter what.
Okay. They're not going 7 games.
So they're not pushing the Pacers.
The thing is,
pushing them. Okay.
I think the Pacers are playing with house money. And I'm going to put my last hope in them in this spot.
Okay.
I love what Miles Turner said earlier, and go look it up. He said it looks like it's everybody versus the Pacers to me because everybody already has picked the Celtics to win and go to the finals.
Right.
If I'm the Pacers, if I'm Miles Turner, I'm literally looking at them in the face and I'm saying, and you know this too, Flo. Nobody is afraid of that Boston Celtics team. That is not a team. They might have the best record in the NBA. Nobody gives a crap about that damn team. They've done nothing.
Okay.
They've done nothing to show me any kind of fear. And if I'm them, I look them straight in the face like I'm looking at Omar, and I say, guess what, buddy? You still got to beat me 4 straight times. You got to beat me 4 times in a Game 7 series. I don't think you can do it. So I'm going to say it. I think the Pacers upset this team once again, and they do not make the finals.
Oh, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Hold on.
All right.
Because I think Omar knows that in the end, he will be struggling and crying like a girl at the end of the day, wondering why in the hell that I have to pick the Celtics when I know I have an A player that plays like a B, and I have a B player that plays like an A. And guess what? They both cannot manage well together. This should be the final season of the Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum era. This should be.
Wow.
Now, the Celtics are that dumb to where they're going to still stick to it after 7 years of doing this for 7 years and knowing that nothing has happened, no championships, there's no banners around them for a while, since 2008. And the fact of the matter is you're believing in this, Omar? This is embarrassing.
Okay, so you think you're going to go ahead and take the Pacers?
I think the Celtics should win, but I'm going to go with the Pacers out of my heart because I know this for a fact.
Okay.
This is going to 7 games because I know the Celtics do not have that. They don't have that killer will. That's why I believe whoever wins this series doesn't even matter because Minnesota is winning it all.
I tend to agree a little, Omar, with Jake. I hate to say that, but I think the Pacers can push the Celtics. Right now, they're not with Porzingis. I think Porzingis was a big part of what they did during the season. He's at least going to miss 2 games, and if the Pacers can pull off one of these 2 games, it's a series at that point, I think.
All I know is this, Flo. When the pressure's on to them, like let's say they do win one of those first 2 games, do you not believe the pressure will be on the Celtics and they'll start sweating? They're going to have sweat down their head, tears down their eyes, piss down their leg. They're going to have it all.
Jake, I think they're under tremendous pressure right now. I think with the Nuggets getting knocked out by the Timberwolves, the Celtics should be under huge pressure because they're the team. They're the team to beat. All these other teams have never been there.
Yep.
The only thing, there's going to be a new champion this year. We know that for sure, because the Timberwolves have never gone, the Mavs have never gone, the Pacers have never gone or haven't gone in a long time, and the Celtics haven't gone. Well, they went a few years ago, but they haven't won it yet. So I think all the pressure's on the Celtics, because the Celtics are heavy favorites, and not only in this series, but they would probably be favorites going into the NBA Finals, and they're supposed to be the next team, the next man up.
Absolutely.
If they don't win a championship, it is a huge disappointment at this point, seeing who's left in the NBA Finals. Don't you think so, Omar? This would be a massive disappointment for the
Omar
Celtics.
knows it too.
They cannot pull off this NBA Finals and finish the game. Like I think similar to the Warriors when they had that 73 wins or whatever, and they couldn't finish off. No one thinks about that team hardly anymore because they lost in the championship. That would be this bad. What do you think, Omar?
Ooh, I like that. I like that comparison.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Omar. Unmute
Go ahead,
yourself.
Omar. Unmute yourself first.
I believe that I'm not even going to say the three of you, because I'm not putting Can in the same blasphemous discoordination of opinions that you two are concising over here. First of all, y'all are some nincompoops. That's what y'all are. All right, y'all are some rumbumptious scallywags. All right,
Are you
y'all
kidding me,
some
Omar?
scoundrels. Y'all are some spoony,
You don't
sting
think
bum,
they're under a
unlit,
huge amount of pressure to win?
white-livered, word-winkler,
Come on,
word
Omar.
rubbers. That's what y'all are. No,
Come on,
I'm
Omar.
not worried in the least bit.
They're
I
not
have
under
already
huge
said-
pressure to win.
They're not under pressure because the pressure has always been there that they put on themselves.
But it's
They've
now
been
it's
putting this
more
pressure
massive.
on them.
It's massive.
No,
now.
it hasn't been. We've known this
But
all
you can't
year.
let the Timberwolves or
All
the
year
Mavericks
that we needed to
preview
do
because they
all
both
to
came
win.
after you.
What does that
Even
mean?
if you beat the Pacers, you cannot have the Mavs or the Timberwolves beat you. You were next in line.
Okay, fine. Let's say that you call that something that needs to be. That's something that you're going to adjudicate greatness upon, because I don't think that's what you do. But because honestly, right now, if we were to go up against the Timberwolves, I could easily see that going to a 7-game series. And even with the Mavericks, that 6 or 7.
Of course.
But do I think that would completely, discredit everything the Celtics have done? If they go to a 6 or 7 game series in the finals and lose, and there's no shame in that for any team whatsoever. Do the Celtics need to win?
What?
Sure, they do, because
There's
too
no
many times.
shame. That would be
No.
a huge shame for the
There's
Celtics. If they don't win
There's
this
never
year,
shame.
it's shameful.
There's never
It's-
shame in
it's
making
embarrassment.
it to the finals. There's
It's
never
an
shame in making it to
embarrassment,
the
Omar.
finals.
You know
Unless
what? I
you're the
gotta
Lakers
call you
in
out, Omar.
2020.
That would be an embarrassment for them not to win the finals this year. An
I
embarrassment.
mean, I don't believe it. So I think you're just saying that just because you're trying to be over exaggerative for the show, and that's okay, because I like
Oh,
the
not for the show.
I really appreciate the thespianism in you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Omar, if you see
Wait. Hold on.
if you see
Hold on, Jake.
Minnesota,
Hold on, Jake. Jake,
if
wait.
you see
wait.
Minnesota, who
Jake.
is a young team, and they get to a championship and crown themselves and they get to have a trophy before Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, you don't think that's embarrassing?
No, if they beat us in a 7-game
done.
series, how is that embarrassing?
No. I'm
How is
saying-
that embarrassing?
Don't you think that would be an embarrassment if the Celtics lose to the Timberwolves or the Mavs?
So we lose to
Cam.
the other best team in the league. You
Yeah,
be
let
embarrassed
Cam
over
go.
that?
Yes. Go ahead, Cam.
All right.
What do you think?
Boston is a better team.
Exactly.
Boston is a well-developed, better team. They lose is a problem. Omar know that. He know that's a problem if they lose.
You know
He
what I
that.
think it is? You know what I think
Exactly.
it is? And Omar probably hit his mic and hit his camera because he knows this. He knows this. He's trying to soften the blow of what's to come. He's trying to soften the blow. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care what you say. This team
would
needs
be-
to win a championship this year. There's
They
no
need
ifs, ands,
this.
or buts.
No,
You need
I
to do it
agree
this
with you,
year.
Jake. I do.
You have one of the
Even
most
though you're kind of a
active
hater.
years of all time, not having to see Jimmy buckets. Then you
Yeah.
get to see that don't have to deal with the Giannis. Then you see Embiid's hurt. All these
Right.
guys are hurt. The Knicks played half-heartedly. You get the Pacers at a young age. I'm so done with Omar for what he's saying. This is inaugural gaulish. This is ridiculous for him to say.
It would be an embarrassment.
If we lose in Game 6,
I don't know. I know Omar.
What?
Maybe I agree with you, Jake. Again, I think he may be trying to soften the blow, but it would be an embarrassment if the Celtics not win the championship.
Should the Celtics win? Yes, they should, and they need to because of everything that they've been through and how many times they've made it. But would it be an embarrassment to go with the other best team in the league to 7 games and lose? No. How can you be embarrassed by going to the finals and losing in a great series? How is that at all embarrassing to another great team?
Omar, they've gone to Eastern Conference Finals and Finals more than any other team in their era in the last 5 to 8 years, and to not win one, wouldn't this be?
You're right. They should.
Wouldn't this be akin
You're right.
to the Buffalo Bills losing 4 Super Bowls in a row? It'd be something similar to that. So that's embarrassment for the Bills to go. Oh yeah, they went to 4 Super Bowls, but
that's varsity, Omar. That's so much varsity. I'm so ridiculous. I'm so appalled by you right now.
You don't think that was embarrassing for the Bills to lose 4 Super Bowls?
It wasn't embarrassing until they lost all 4 in a row and never completed it. That's when it was embarrassing. So if you ask me the question, would it be embarrassing if the Celtics never won with this team? Yes. That would then be embarrassing. But to say if they didn't do it this year, but did it next year?
Omar.
But what if they did it next year? So what? I would still be
their year.
With the
This is their year. They have the
2025
best record. They have arguably the best trio.
No such guideline or a timeline of when you win.
Omar. Okay. Even Can said that you know we're right.
No, I think that you're right in the fact that they need to complete the story. They need to do the Cody Rhodes and finish their story. Yes, I agree. They've been there too many times, and they need to finally turn it in.
And
I
it
agree.
needs to happen this year, Omar.
This year,
would it be
Omar.
embarrassing? But okay, so you tell me next year if they lost this year and then next year they win in 2025, and you say, Omar, are you really embarrassed about 2024? I'm gonna say, hell no. I got 2025.
You're already talking about next year, Omar.
There ain't no damn way, Omar, that they win
next year already.
And win the next year. There's no way.
It doesn't matter if
the East at least.
Omar, let me tell you this, Omar. Let me tell you this. If they lose this year, they're not coming back next year. They're going to break up that team.
That's a lie.
That's what I said.
They will break them up. If they don't, especially if they lose to the Pacers,
actually, that's more reason for them not to break it up if they don't win this year. They're going to keep it till they win, and then they'll break it up. If they win this year, then they'll break it.
Okay.
But you're right. I do think they need to win this year. I do. And I do think they will. Look at our team. Dude, we have the best offense since the 96 Bulls. All right? We have the best offense. 123.7 points per 100 possessions. 5 points better than second-place Pacers.
Okay,
the Pacers have a 22nd ranked defense. We have a top 10 ranked defense. The West, the Minnesota 16th ranked defense. Dallas 21 ranked defense. The Celtics are head and tails above everybody. Yes, we should turn it in. You're right. We should.
Hey, let me tell you this though, Omar. And I saw this stat. This may not be exact, but it was something akin to this. Boston was 48-11 with all the East teams, but they had a losing record against the West. They were like 2-10 or something, 2-11. They had a losing record against the best West teams. That to me is a danger for you. And right now the pressure is ratcheted up. It'll be even more ratcheted up when they make the finals. But if this goes 7 games, I would be very afraid for the Celtics. You cannot let this go 7 games. You gotta go up 3-0, or you gotta take control.
Well, this is definitely not going 7 games. But as you like to say, and you're so disingenuous, Flo, and you know it, because this will be the 3rd week in a row. This will be the 3rd week in a row that you claimed, the Celtics lost one of their games, and now their whole season over. They're done for. And what happened? The next game, they came back and blew the team out. So you know what I think is actually going to happen? I actually think Indiana's going to win tonight. I do. I think they're going to win tonight. And I think they'll probably win one. And I think they'll probably win one in Indiana. But you know what? The Celtics still win in 6 because it doesn't matter. They're the better team.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about the West. The Mavs
go Celtics.
Winning. Go Celtics. All right, sorry, Omar. I had to get you riled up a little bit. Well, the Mavericks and the Timberwolves.
Good TV.
So, the Mavericks and the Timberwolves, what do you think, Canteen? Who do you like in this series? Man, this is the second time.
Man, Flo. So let me tell you this right here.
Gone to the Western Conference Finals.
You have to look at experience when you look at this series right here. Luka,
Kyrie,
and Kyrie. Experience.
Okay.
It's gonna be 7 games. It's going 7, man.
Who's going
I like
7?
Anthony Edwards, a Georgia boy. I like him.
Georgia boy.
Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. But we need consistency from the Timberwolves.
He got that southern charm like you, can't you?
Come on, bro.
He does. Come on, man.
Look, man, I told you.
So it's
what I
going
like.
7. And who do you like if it's going 7?
Man, Mavericks in 7.
Wow, Mavericks in 7. Wow.
I'm through with it.
Wow. I think you're doing that to do the reverse jinx. You really want Timberwolves to win because you're a Georgia boy. All right. What do you think, Jake? What do you like here?
I said this earlier, and I'll say it again. I don't know how this series even goes more than 5. I think the Timberwolves have every type of defense to counteract Luka and Kyrie. You stop both of them, and you make everybody else beat you. Congratulations, Timberwolves. You will be the 2024 NBA champions in the span of the next 4 weeks.
Okay, that's fair. So no one's been able to stop Luka yet. Omar, what do you think? Who do you like in this series? What do you think happens here with the Timberwolves and the Mavs?
Yeah, this is this is going to be an amazing series. I cannot wait to watch. I agree with Ken. It's definitely going 7 games. I've been thinking all day about who I really want to pick in this because Jake is right. You got the Timberwolves that have a suffocating team defense, even though they may not, be as experienced as the Mavericks in a whole. I think their role players are better. I think their stars are younger, more exciting. Maybe not better. I can't put Edwards ahead of Luka. I would probably put him there about the same level right now. But Edwards is on his way to being the face of the league, and he needs this victory to do so. And while Ken and I earlier said we harp on experience, and I chose the Mavericks because of the experience, and I said earlier, as Jake did, that we see the Timberwolves being like the Thunder a year ago, maybe a year too early sort of thing. Man, I've vacillated so far. I really want to go with the Wolves because I think their defense will be what carries them, but I've been going with experience thus far. I'm going to continue with experience. I'm going to say Mavericks in 7.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. Okay. Man, I kind of gone back and forth with.
Yeah, I like the Wolves better. I like them as a better team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I've gone back and forth. I think that no one's been able to stop Luka. I think Kyrie is playing well. He hasn't shot as much. I don't know if he's saving himself for the West, maybe for the finals. I don't know what he's only taking 10 to 12 shots, which is not like him. He only scored 9 points in one of the games. Though he's played well, he's done other things. He's played good defense for Kyrie. I don't know. The Timberwolves are just the way they took down the Nuggets. I think they took down a better team than the Mavericks did.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Thunder are a great young team, but the Nuggets were the champs, and they took them down 1-3 in their house. To me, the Timberwolves are a team of destiny at this point. I think it doesn't go any more than 6. I like a gentleman's sweep for the Timberwolves. I just think that I just think they're too much.
Man, you and Jake convinced me. I'm going Timberwolves in 7. I'm changing my pick. I'm done. I'm changing my pick.
You're going Timberwolves in what? 7?
Timberwolves in 7 and 7. Yeah, it's going 7 either way.
I don't think it's going to go 7, but I think it could go 6 because the Mavs, they've been playing well and they've played better defense, and that's the thing that's helped them out in these playoffs. But I just think the Timberwolves just have too much. They just have too much on both sides of the ball. I like the way Reed's been playing. I like the way Gobert's been playing. I like the way, of course, Anthony Ant-Man has been playing. And, of course, Karl Anthony Towns has been playing well. He's had a couple of kind of not so good games, but overall.
He had a stinker last night.
Gobert, he plays good defense and he rebounds. He does his job. He does his job. He's not supposed to score. He does his job. And so the Timberwolves, I'm going to say it's gentleman's sweep. and I could see it going 6, but I still have the Timberwolves all the way. I think Timberwolves and the Celtics, and then we'll see what happens. But I could see. I think the Pacers will take them 7 though. Pacers are going to take the Celtics 7 because Celtics like to play with. They like to play with their food, and Jason Tatum is a 2, playing like trying to be a 1. You got 2 2s there. Jaylen Brown and Tatum are both 2s. Right. And I think Jalen's got the attitude of a 1, but he's got the talent of a 2. And I just don't think they're going to struggle against the Pacers. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose. I don't think they're going to lose, but it's going to go 7, and Omar's going to be sweating bullets.
Give them because they know not what they do. That's all I know.
Oh, you're going to try and quote scripture. I see what you're doing there. Any final words, Canteen? What you got, man?
I'm out, bro.
Man, what a joke. Man, I don't know. I like what, and you see how Omar tried to what is it? He did try to do a clever caveat. Say, I think they're gonna lose today. I think the
no, I thought they were gonna lose. I thought they were gonna lose one at home, anyways, like they usually have these playoffs. But unlike you, I don't think that you're over here trying to rile me up. The Celtics are done for. They're done for.
They're in trouble. They're in trouble, Omar. The Pacers are coming.
Get out of here.
The Pacers are coming, baby.
Get out.
They're gonna take them 7. They're taking them 7. Gonna be
everybody. Banter, brawls, and bravado tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Tune in. Ball and Buds YouTube. Make sure you catch us.
Tune in next week for us. Next Tuesday. Huh? I'm hanging out. You hanging out, Jake? You gonna hang out, Jake? Appreciate everybody tuning in. We had 20. I think we had 30 people watching it on the live. I think that's a record for us. 30 people watching on the live. Appreciate everybody.
They came when they saw me getting all crazy. They were like, "Oh, we gotta watch the professor."
Right, the professor's going nuts. The professor's nuts. The nutty professor. Ah. The nutty sports professor. Let's go. All right, man. We'll see you next time. Appreciate you guys. For the bottom line sports. Here we go.
Pacers in 7, man. Can't wait. They win tonight.
Pacers in 7. I don't know. I think the bottom line sports. It will be Pacers. It will be Celtics, but it will be in 7. I think we're gonna push on to 7 no more. Make you sweat bullets a little bit.
Ain't nobody sweating no bullets.
Hey, don't leave, Jake. Hang out for a little bit, Jake. We'll see you next time on The Bottom Line Sports. Go check out Banter, Brawls, and Bros. I don't know what he calls it. He put it on the screen like the whole time. I don't even know what it's called. What was it? There it is. Banter, Brawls, and Bravado tomorrow. 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Go check them out. See you next time on The Bottom Line Sports. Peace.